Oh boy, here we go. Final Fantasy Mobius. Last days. My thoughts on ranger jobs. This is my specialized job in this game. I'm like, legitimately, I play this role the most in the whole game. And boy, I got a lot to tell you in this one. So, when I started, I actually started learning how to access, specific jobs. I was playing Warrior Light's Warrior job, the beginner one, for a while. But after that, I start learning how to switch jobs, and I start going to Ranger. I'm like, hey, Ranger's pretty freaking good. I'm doing a lot of damage. I'm able, break the targets and do some decent amount of tap damage. This is the basic one I was using, the onion job. So being a scrub. But after a while, I started rolling some pools because they gave us, I think when I started, I think they gave us a few match site to roll some stuff. So, for a while, I think, which job was it I actually ended up using to start? I think it was this one. No, or was it a thief? Yeah, it was a thief for a while I was using when it came out. And this job, I was on it for quite a bit from my early days. Until this job came out. Nope, not Assassin. Assassin was pretty good too. Dancer. This job was my main for quite a long time. I know. You're like, why was I on Dancer? Come on, there we go. Yeah, I was on Dancer for quite a long time, especially in multiplayer, because strange enough, Dancer as a ranger was actually a healer class. Of course, in that time when I actually got into multiplayer, I was still a freaking nooblet, so I was still attacking things.
I'll show you how blades dance.
See, its limit break was pretty good at the time. But also, the kicker is, I was able to use prismatic orbs after the limit break. So, and the music is interesting. It gives it that carbonal, Brazilian type feel to it. Excuse me. But yeah, that was my main ranger job for a long time when I accessed this. Another ranger job. Never got into ninja. Mythic ninja. Didn't get that. It was kind of irrelevant when I accessed it. Even the Hall of Fame was still irrelevant. Viking, I used this quite a bit. I was in multiplayer trying to break. Yeah, emphasize break. I was a horrible breaker at the time. And the only time I ever break, it was doing this. Of course, I also did not learn about the butterfly edge, because after a while we had access to boost weapons. I started learning how to upgrade my weapons, and I had to go to the wiki page or something like that. And I learned about butterfly edge, and I was like, okay, this is the reason why I'm sucking as a breaker, because quick break was a thing, and piercing break was another thing. Rogue, this job I was on this quite a bit, only due to the fact it was Earth Element aspect. And at that time when I got this job, I had Ragnarok. So between Soldier First Class and this job, I was using this quite a bit. Its limit break wasn't the greatest. It's single target though, but it really wrecks their break gauge. Boom. But yeah, it was one of my main jobs for a while. Bard was interesting. I never really used it too often, but when I actually feel like want to break it out just for shits and giggles, it's almost like the Tactation. the Warrior Lights mage job. When you use the limit break, everyone in your party actually gets prismatic shift on their orbs. So, yeah, here it is. And now I'm gonna go prismatic. Rock 'em till you sock 'em. So it's interesting how his battle stance, he's just like kind of swaying around. Oh, shit. My bad. Back up. So, it's barred. Judge Magister, I didn't really didn't use him much. By the time I got him, he was irrelevant. Even the Hall of Fame, I still didn't use him. He's not too bad when I did play around with him in the Hall of Fame. Especially, well, obvious reasons. I have fire, wind, and light. And at that time, I had Greg, Galdo, and freaking Demon. So, I was kind of breaking shit like left and right. Never got into Zidane or whatever how people pronounce his name these days. I'm just calling him Zidane. They really got into it, which ironically, the voice actor who played in the English version is actually the same voice actor playing as him in Dissidia, which is hilarious. Which actually. Sound is on, okay.
Time for you to exit. Stage left.
Yeah, it was hilarious. And what's really cool is that he's able to do the battle stance how Zidane usually do. Flick his daggers like that.
Take this!
I keep doing that. I gotta stop doing that. Really didn't get into Hope's job. I think it's Hope. Or the Last Hunter, sorry. I never played 13, so personally I wouldn't know. Yeah, I never really got into this job. I only did the Hall of Fame and that's it. It was like, I don't know. Didn't really interest me much. Ninja was pretty good. Single target, massive braking on his limit break. And not to mention, the music was rather interesting. Like...
Accept your death, and it will be swift. Too slow!
But yeah. This job was pretty good. I was using this multiplayer quite a bit. Especially I was filling up the limit break gauge because I think I made a build that was getting my limit break quicker. And I just did one attack to do the break gauge because I never had a person do damage to the bar. So I was the only one who was like, okay, I'm just going to do a little bit of break damage to the bar and then I'm going to limit break the hell out of it. So I was doing pretty good without that. Case Sith, oh my god. This job I actually want is really bad. It's not good, but it's hilariously good for stat-wise, along with the Tomberry. And not to mention, the music. I feel like I need to smoke
You
some
rubbed me the
drugs.
wrong way.
Like, seriously, I feel like I need to smoke drugs when I listen to his music. I didn't have the derpy hat on, though. Oh, God damn it, I keep doing that. Um, yeah, I didn't have the derby hat on, so it's even more hilarious if I actually wore it. And of course, he has cat puns. He's like, "Well, that's the cat's meow." I'm like, really, really. I don't know. If you saw my Hall of Fame one doing this job, you probably just listening to me just reacting to it because I was like, I never played this job. I just kept it as the bonuses because it was really good for acquiring. What was it? Not XP. I think it was just upping my what the hell is it? My skill seeds because it was just insane amount of skill seeds. I was like getting if I have a full stack of 250 or 225 skill seed, it multiplier, and I went to the Gigatar turrets. I was getting like about freaking 750,000 skill seeds for that element. It was retarded. Another job. This one I didn't really get into it. I wanted the job earlier because it had weapons. I think its weapons at the time was like giving you a quick break. I want it really badly. Never really got into this job except when I was in Hall of Fame. It was not too bad. I was enjoying it. Gambler. This EX job. When it was first introduced in Season 1 as its first Ranger EX, the only thing I didn't like about this job, it was squishy. It had no defense at all. It's like, yeah, it has stars in there, but its defense stats for resistance, not the greatest. Oh, even worse is that when you use the limit break, you're down to 1 HP. But you're doing a crap ton of damage. Just hope you don't have a Chimera. Another thing I liked about this job was the fact the music was good. It kind of reminds me, it has that Castlevania-esque theme to it. So I was like, okay, this is pretty freaking cool. I love the theme. I bought the soundtrack recently, so I think the song is called "The Risk Taker," which obviously that's his thing. But at the time, I think I got or soon after that, I think I got the Water Supreme Ranger card, and this job just got way better. Rice Ender, when I got it, this job was ridiculous too. I was using this quite a bit for multiplayer and single player. Due to the fact this is a tanking ranger job, per se. It was just really good at this time. Its limit break is good. It's like you see, it just gave resistance all for its limit break. So even if you don't break them, you're actually gonna take less damage from its assault on its turn. Not to mention, I had Darkness, which I had Neo X Death, and it has Water. Again, during that time, I had the Final Fantasy 10 Supreme card for Water. That's another thing. When I was playing Rangers, I was getting Ranger cards for Supremes every time. I was constantly up to date on Ranger cards. Shinra Turks. I never got into this job. I pulled it for the last few weeks of this game, and I never really got into it. It's interesting how he only has one weapon, though. That's what it got me interested. It was a different ranger job that actually specifically only had one weapon in his hand. So it's funny how that worked. And I got this job. Never really got into it much. Silverbrick's pretty badass, though. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of reminds me of, like, again, ancient kung fu movies. And feel a little bit of Metal Gear. Revengeance. Let's see what else. And of course, all the weapons. I had so many weapons. I upgraded to like 5-star. It's like I had Butterfly Edge max. I had Double Cross maxed, which is Gambler and what was it? I think it was a Thief. That was Butterfly Edge I got from. But yeah, I had a lot of jobs. Let's see what else. A lot of the weapons were pretty cool, though. I actually liked them. Like I said, I wish they could make relic weapons in Final Fantasy XIV out of these designs. That'd be freaking cool. But yeah, yeah, Ranger was pretty much my main job for a long time, or main role, I should say, for a long time. Until Mia and Sarah and the others got unlocked, and I started switching out. But even Sarah, she was freaking ridiculous. Again, a ranger job, and she was ridiculous. But Warrior Light, honestly, I was using between Gambler, Rysander when I got access to them. So they were my two main EX ranger jobs for him, at least. Yeah. And then Sarah pretty much took over as the ranger jobs if I'm not using Warrior Light for some reason. Only due to the fact that Sarah is so versatile and her stats are ridiculous when it comes to break. It's like, oh, you want something broken? She'll do it. Especially her, what was it, Princess of Dusk job. Oh, God, it's that break damage. I think her stats were like at like 3,200 when I made her. I was like, Jesus Christ. And that's not even limit break. Not even limit break. I think I think if I limit breaked it, I think it was like a freaking almost 750,000. I was like, are you serious? Nothing is gonna live through that unless it has special anti-break mechanics. Other than that, so yeah. So that's my thoughts on Warrior Light's ranger jobs. I enjoyed it. His jobs were just so good at the time. Like I said, until Mia came out and Sarah and the others, it got a little bit more convoluted of who I might choose. But okay, that's it. Unfortunately, it's the last of my Final Fantasy Mobius series, so yeah, that sucks. So, sadly, I just got informed that Castlevania Grimoire Souls got canceled. So within, I think it was September 9th, they're shutting down. So that's another mobile game I have to take off my list. Sadly, but whatever. It is what it is, I guess. Oh well. See more videos of me playing Final Fantasy Break Xivius War of the Visions, because I think that's pretty much my main game at this point. So, goodbye.